Welcome to Cinema Bites, your go-to for movie recaps in a flash. Big twists, epic moments, all in just minutes. Our movie begins with a group of pirates on a ship in the middle of the ocean. There's a mutiny on the ship, as some of the pirates turn against their captain because he knows the location of the underwater city and refuses to tell anyone. They question and threaten him, telling him they'll kill him if he doesn't reveal the city's location, but he still refuses to speak. He grabs the barrel next to him and falls into the sea. We then learn that inside the barrel is his son, Haisheng. After this, the pirate leader dies. 20 years after these events, we see Haisheng grown up, on a boat with a crew of fishermen. We find out that the person who found and saved him from the sea was Captain Long, who became like a father to Haisheng, having adopted him when he found him. Long then orders the crew to search for the treasure under the sea, but before they go, he tells them they must head to an area called the Eye of the Sea, where all the sea treasures are gathered. Haisheng starts getting ready to go with them, but a young man in the crew annoys him and tells him not to come along so he won't take any share of the treasure. Long notices this and encourages Haisheng until he leaves to another place by himself, where he finds a golden stick, breaks off a piece, and takes it. When he examines it, he finds a power transferring from the piece to his hand, causing energy to come out of his hand and throwing off his balance underwater. Suddenly, a giant sea monster appears before him, but it doesn't harm him and swims away. Haisheng then starts struggling to breathe and can't reach the shore, eventually passing out. Back on the boat, Long is asking the crew about Haisheng, who has been underwater for a long time. Everyone says they haven't seen him. Long gets very worried and decides to go find him himself. He dives underwater, finds Haisheng unconscious, and gives him a breathing device so he can breathe. Haisheng wakes up, and they are about to return to the boat when suddenly the sea monster appears and attacks Long, separating him from Haisheng. Haisheng decides to surface to breathe and sees pirates attacking their ship. Then he spots Long, is overjoyed to see him again, but unfortunately, the monster suddenly appears and swallows Long. The crew witnesses this and becomes terrified, deciding to flee and leave Haisheng alone in the water. Haisheng then sees the pirate's ship coming toward him, and they take him aboard, tying him up. The pirate queen arrives and sees a tattoo on his shoulder, asking him where he's from and which pirates he belongs to. He tells her he's not a pirate, just a fisherman. She then notices the golden piece he has and asks where he got it. He tells her he found it in the sea, so she takes it and orders her crew to lock him up. He manages to free himself and she asks him which village he's from. He tells her he's from the boat people, and she immediately understands he's a sea fisherman. We see Haisheng and the pirate queen searching for his piece until he finds it. He looks at the map and sees a mark on an island called Elixir Island, which means they're planning to attack the island. Meanwhile, Ansu appears before the pirate crew, who try to assault her, but Haisheng saves her and they both jump into the sea, escaping on a small boat stolen from the ship. Suddenly, Haisheng is shot in the back with an arrow by the pirate queen, who is enraged that he didn't die. She then kills one of her own crew and throws his body into the sea. The next day, Haisheng wakes up to find Ansu helping to heal his wound. There are hints of mutual attraction between them. Ansu asks about his golden piece, and when he shows it to her, she is shocked and tells him it's from Elixir Island. She tells him she's searching for the lost underwater city, and there's a legend that it's beneath Elixir Island. They decide to go to Elixir Island. She gives him fish to eat, telling him he needs to regain his strength to cross the ghost mist. When he asks what the ghost mist is, she explains that to reach Elixir Island, they have to pass through the ghost mist, which is extremely cold and kills anyone who tries to cross it. When they reach the ghost mist, he asks her how they can cross without dying from the cold. She tells him she has 2 bottles of sea mercury water. Suddenly, as she speaks, they are pulled into the mist. Haisheng starts to struggle and passes out, so Ansu gives him some sea mercury water to revive him. She talks to him to keep him conscious, and after they make it through the mist, Ansu takes Haisheng to her family's home to rest. Ansu's grandfather is very upset with her for bringing a stranger to their village. Haisheng wakes up and goes out to explore the island, where he meets Dr. Wu, who treated his wound and saw the pirate tattoo on his body, but doesn't know any pirates. Ansu introduces them and tells Haisheng that Dr. Wu is a great scholar who is also searching for the lost island's treasure. They ask him to help, and he gives Haisheng a book with the same drawing as his golden piece, stating that the underwater city lies beneath a huge ship in Elixir Village. The 3 of them head to a large mountain shaped exactly like a ship, and Haisheng realizes the city must be beneath this mountain. They decide to climb it, and while climbing, they see a mysterious circle in the water. Haisheng looks at his papers, and as he enters a cave, he remembers every part of it, recalling that he came here with his father, the pirate leader, long ago. His memories are interrupted as they're warned to run because water is coming. Before he can finish, the water floods in and nearly drowns them. But Haisheng's hand suddenly releases power, freezing the water and saving them at the last moment. After recovering from the shock, they run away and accidentally find themselves standing on a map of the entire ocean drawn on the ground. Haisheng steps down, and Dr. Wu, in order to remove the sand from the map, starts to remember the day he came here with his father. He was supposed to be drawing on the map they were standing on, and he also remembers what his father told him, that he is the only one who will be able to open the Eye of the Sea. As he comes out of his memories, he realizes that he is the one who drew the drawing and tells her that he was the son of the pirate chief. She gets very upset with him because he didn't tell her from the beginning that he was hiding the tattoo on his arm and that he is a pirate, which is very dangerous for her. Haisheng gets angry and tells her that he is from the boat people and is not actually a pirate, but he was born with this tattoo on his arm. She leaves him and walks away. When Haisheng tries to follow her, he is stopped, and someone starts to reveal himself, telling him that his real name is Sada and that he was once a pirate with his father. Haisheng learns that his real name is Dong Song. Sada tells him that he is the only one who can open the Eye of the Sea, and the biggest proof is the tattoo on his shoulder. But Haisheng doesn't care about what he says at all and walks away, leaving him. After that, he returns to the shore of Elixir Island and finds that the pirates have attacked the islanders. They have already killed Inso's grandfather and are threatening the rest with swords. The same pirate leader who had imprisoned him and Inso before is there. She thanks him in front of Inso for bringing them to the island. At that moment, Inso remembers that he really was the one who brought the pirates to the island. But then Sada appears, and all the pirates, including the leader, bow before him. He tells the islanders that he found the secret of the underwater island, and that he will not harm them, then leaves. Haisheng gets up to go to Inso and comfort her, but the islanders prevent him and start throwing stones at him. Angry and upset, he decides to go with the pirates. Sada takes the golden piece that Haisheng has and tells them that it is not an ordinary piece, but part of his father's armor, the pirate chief. Haisheng asks Sada how his father died. Sada tells him that he and the pirate crew killed him because he knew the gate to the island and didn't tell anyone about it. Sada offers that Haisheng join them, open the gate to the island, and then they will seize all the gold inside. He tells him he is a pirate and will always be one of them. At that moment, Haisheng remembers when he was with the boat people and had the pirate tattoo. It turns out that Long is still alive. Inso decides to go to him, and when she reaches him, she asks him to ally with her and all the boat people to break the ghost fog. She tells him that no one can do this except Haisheng, and they must save him from the evil pirates. One of the boat people angrily tells Inso that none of them will risk their lives for just a pirate. Inso is very disappointed and is about to leave, but Long gets up and stops her, telling her that he will go with her to save his son. Then we see Haisheng on the pirate ship, starting to open the gate to the city below them. Suddenly, Long's crew boards the ship and asks Haisheng to come back with them, but he refuses. The pirate leader attacks them, but Haisheng stops her and doesn't let her hurt them. Inso appears and tells him that she knows about his life and that her grandfather was supposed to tell her everything before he died, and that Haisheng's father, the pirate chief, was a very good man who tried to protect them. He tells her she must leave with everyone so they don't get hurt, and that he will never go back with them no matter what. At that moment, Long appears on the ship with his crew. Haisheng sees him, is very happy that he is still alive, and goes to hug him and return with them. As they are leaving, Sada betrays them and shoots Long, who unfortunately dies. Haisheng remembers the day his father died in exactly the same way and realizes that Sada was the one who shot his father and killed him. Sada then escapes from the ship, jumps into the sea, and enters the city gate. Haisheng orders his friends to take Long's body and says he will take care of the rest. The pirate leader wants to kill Inso, but Haisheng arrives and manages to stop her. Just before she jumps at him to kill him with her weapons, the sea monster appears and swallows her. Haisheng decides to go down to the Eye of the Sea and stop Sada from opening the gate. He manages to reach the city and finds Sada, who starts to draw power from the city and his body turns to gold. When Haisheng tries to tell him to stop what he's doing, Sada gets very angry and tries to turn all the seawater into ice. Haisheng is knocked down by Sada's power, but then gets up and tries to break the ice barrier between him and Sada to stop him. But unfortunately, he can't. When Sada sees him, he attacks him with all his strength, and Haisheng is at his limit and about to pass out. Haisheng grabs the golden piece of his father's armor, which turns into liquid gold that enters his hand until it becomes a golden hand. Haisheng feels great power in his body, gets up, and breaks the barrier with his hand, causing it to collapse on Sada, who then dies. When Sada dies, the ghost fog completely disappears from Elixir Island. Haisheng's friends are all happy with what happened, but at the same time sad because they think Haisheng is dead. Suddenly, he comes out of the sea, and they are very happy that he is still alive. Inso is overjoyed, and they decide that from today, they must continue their lives together, and the story ends. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell to receive all new updates. See you in the next video.